Welcome back again. I'm going to address something that's bothered me with this car for quite some time. You see it? Tell me that wouldn't drive you absolutely nuts. Look at that tail light. See the difference? Drives me insane. So, I have a set off of a parts car from out back. We're going to put these in instead. I get a lot of complaints that people can't see the darker one when, like, ever. So that and them being two different colors drives me nuts every time I look at it. So let's get them out of there. That's gross. All done. Such a simple job, and man, the difference that makes to the way the back of this car looks. Can't say that I'm a huge fan. I kind of like the tinted lenses. If they were the same shade, I probably would have stuck with them, but this will do. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. Maybe I'll get something else down the line. This will work for now though. Alrighty. Excitement. Although, coming from return centers makes me kind of nervous, but hopefully all is well. Oh yeah. Oh, you beauty. Alrighty. Now, hopefully we can finally get that hydro handle to work. As is par for the course, we already run into an issue. The threads here, you can see they're different. This is the new one off the Willwood. This is off the old one. The threads from the Willwood won't screw in here, but everything else about these is pretty much the same. So I'm just going to go ahead and swap them out, and that should fix that issue. Everything works. So before I connect the line, I'm actually going to have Tim verify that the flare we put on the end of that is right for this, because I'm not 100% positive. He knows this stuff a lot better than I do, which is honestly is why I kind of do this, so I can learn this stuff. So get that in there, fill her up with fluid, and hopefully this one will bleed out and this thing will actually finally work. So in the meantime, I have this trim piece, which we cut a little prematurely and didn't really need to cut that much. I have another one that I'm going to get worked in here. It does have to be trimmed a little bit. You can see there. It has to be trimmed just a hair to clear there. So I'm going to redo that, leaving this piece in. And then that should be a lot cleaner looking. Be a lot happier with that. So that's what I'm going to get to next. Old versus new. So the parts car's been sitting out there for a couple years. This looked like it had some mold starting to grow on it, but soap and water, elbow grease, it actually looks better than the current car. I mean, it's starting to chip spots like that, and it's pretty grubby. But we'll get parts swapped over, all the electrical buttons and stuff switched over. This can go in. We'll have to trim a little bit. This notch here where this is cut out will have to stay, but instead of chopping all of this part out, get out of the sun, we can just kind of come in a little bit and then just come straight back. Nice straight line. So we'll mark that out and get it trimmed up. That way the handle has room to move. Also, we made a stop yesterday at Hobby Lobby. Picked up a bunch of fabric. This is going to be a shift boot. I'm gonna wash this up, clean up real nice too. Inside the car is pretty gross. The whole thing's gonna get cleaned. But shift boot and headliner. And I might also do this part of the door and go across, all the way across the dash and around. I haven't decided yet. Why are you gonna come butt in my video? I think we might have finally figured the hydro out. I had an assistant today. This little squirt right here. Okay, I'm moving the wrench. Alright, pump it up. Back forward. So she's going to record the test. We're going to go out and test it right now. And she's coming with. Okay, you ready?
Yeah. Oh, Daddy! That scared me.
It works. It works really good.
Yeah, that scared me.
One more in front of the house, okay?
Okay. Right when we get to the house, you do it. Do I hit the square?
Yep. It's a success. It works. Thanks to her. It's all her. She did it all. I just stood there and looked funny. A few days later. It's now Saturday. What a week we've had. So, a while back we heard about a road course being built out near Syracuse. And from what we heard, it was going to be like a members only kind of thing. We heard that it was finished being built, and recently we were invited out there to do some drifting for the first time, which is pretty awesome. So we went out, and it turns out it's not just a road course. Apparently they have a ton of land, and they do ATV, UTV stuff, and horseback riding, and snowmobiling in the winter. It was a very nice place. If you look, I don't know if you can really tell, but the car is disgustingly dirty. She might have seen the dirt a couple of times out there. We're trying to figure that one out. I'm gonna get it backed out of the garage and give it a wash, and the front bumper's sitting over here in the grass because I can't get it off the trailer by myself without tearing the bumper off. Probably have to address that at some point. I'm gonna get my street tires put back on. It's sitting on a flat right now, and yeah, get it cleaned up, give it a little bit of love. In the meantime, here's the footage from the first event at Pineview Run. As you can see, we made it to Pineview. We've done a few laps already. This is the instructor for the track running around. Oh, I wish you could smell that race fuel. that's him. He painted it. Oh wait, my car. Okay, back to Chris. I'm sure the video is going to do no justice to the elevation change here.
I can't stand them unless they section off.
Even the GoPro video. Damn him coming out here and driving my car better than me.
On the road.
On the road, Matt. The rally car status over here.
Spin. See, you're not. What's that elevation?
Those tires really go away quick when they get hot.
Yeah.
Oh. So, we got some practice in. We're gonna get a couple practice runs on the spot. We're actually doing a competition. Alrighty, practice run number 1. Let's see how this goes. Closer. I want to drift this whole thing so bad, but it's so hard on the tires because there's no cool down and these aren't going to last through. They're giving us 2 practice runs and we're going to do 3 actual judged runs. So as much as I want to drift this entire thing, I got to be good, try to conserve these tires because the new ones I had are already dead. They held up really well, but hot lapping like that, just they weren't gonna last. So, and now there's people sitting here watching, and I feel bad. I'm not giving them a show. But I got other tires, so after we get this competition stuff out of the way, we can give them a show. watching this who didn't come out today, y'all are missing out. This place is awesome. Almost. I'll have that for next one.
Yeah!
That was it. That was practice. So now we're going to go into our first actual judged run. I think I've got it. I messed up a little coming out of the last one, but I think I figured out the middle part where I was having a real rough time. These tires are more narrow than the ones we started out on, so the back end's a lot more loose and it's easier to try to keep wheel speed up. That said, it's still very tight, and I'm kind of struggling right in between gears. It's okay though. We're going to do what we got to do. Alright, judge run number 1. That was a disaster. Come in too slow on the initiation and hit the inner curb. Didn't spin out, but I straightened out twice. A little more aggressive on the entry. A lot better. Got a little bit wide coming out of the last part, but I think I did all right. go see how we did.
We give us a great time, to be honest with you. I start with you, alright? You start with the worst scenario ever. I have a judge here. We agree each other, alright? But at the last one, you are so smooth, so nice, so you. Yes, everything was fine. You know what I mean? Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Alright? So, to be honest with you, you have 87 from 92. The gap it goes just.
I'll take that running against these guys.
Oh yes. So
Sure.
thank you so much. All right. So it's not about the competition. Okay? It's about how we have to go there and here and there. It's not a free run. You know what I mean? Do anything you want. So I mean, on the last one, you are top of the line. Maybe your car is not yet the power.
Yeah.
I mean, you need just a little bit. I mean, it's very heavy. For you guys,
Not bad.
I'll stay here forever.
I don't mind. Because we decide you have 92, you fucked up in the first one. you were a little better. You make a mistake. I mean, the speed was good. I know that, right? If you go your practice, you are 94. All right? So you top of the line. But the race, sorry. Oh, Fred, I forgot about you.
I'm a DNF.
So,
Participation.
you have. Anyway, so you have to go there. You make first you, because you take the 92 first. Okay? You can't take.
Looks like we got a tiebreaker.
100 if Saito was here with this car, he has to have one. Alright? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we say 94 is the best of the line. Alright? So you take 92 in the second round. And you take 92 on the last one. So you start first, you follow him, then you change.
So we're doing a tandem.
Yes.
For
All right, these guys are gonna tandem.
sorry guys.
Allow me to get the hell out of the way. So we scored 87. These guys scored 92. We had one guy drop out. That's okay, because between Matt and Chris, being that close to them guys, I'll take that all day. So they tied at 92. So they're gonna do a tandem, like legit tandem competition. Switch off, do 2 runs. So this should be a good show. I'm excited for this. All right, here we go. Does it get any better? Get in there. Alright, we're going one more time. Chris up first. like we got a winner. Honestly, I have no idea who it'll be. I thought I had a winner pick for the first run, but I was wrong.
So it's up to you. Come here, both of you.
All right, first of all, let's give them a round of applause.
If I was following, if I was leading, the guy say they got protect.
All right, this is what we're gonna do.
All right, you guys get to judge on who wins this comp. So if it's Chris with the green at Sylvia.
A little bit of a delayed response.
Or do we like that? That sounds like we got a winner. Both these guys killed it though, you can't deny that.
Thanks, guys. Wow. You are amazing.
Thank you guys.
Wait.
I faded the one in front of me.
Okay, that's it.
Wait.
Oh, wait.
Hard styling. Yeah, my
Yeah.
boy. All right. Yeah.
Good, guys.
Make him go again.
Chris,
One
stop
more
styling.
time.
Hard style. Yeah, that way.
I'm all smiles, do it again.
Yo, if I flip side to side.
All right.
Flat. And this came apart with such force. Hopefully this shows up. It's bright out here, so it's hard to see the screen, but marks. That's actually scratches, not just like this is like rubber. That's actually scratched. Up. All the way up here. That's how far that tire reached when it came apart. But this is all scuffed. Scratches there. That really come apart with some force. This is sort of concerning. I really like that that's wrapped around there. And it's on both of them in the same spot. So that's gonna do it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Massive thank you to Pineview Run and European Driving Academy and everybody up there for allowing us to come up and tear it up around their track. We had a frickin' blast, and I really hope they have us come back. And hey, stay tuned for the next one. August 17th and 18th at Erie Speedway. 2-day event. Come on out. Take a ride.